Yo, what is good YouTube? I'm Richie Kim, and today I'm going to be bringing you all the performance review on the Puma Genetics Marcus Smart. Before we get started, if y'all enjoy sneaker content just like this, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below, and please hit that bell notification button so you don't miss another video just like this one. But anyways, let's get right into it. As always, starting off with the traction, the Puma Genetics Marcus Smart features like an anti-slip outsole. In terms of the traction patterns, like you get these like weird patterns over here. I don't know what this is, but in other areas of the shoe, you do have like these little pods of radial traction. And I would say the traction on here is actually pretty good. Courts have been extremely dusty over here. It's just very, very dirty. It's dry outside, which is just not a good combination for playing on indoor courts, especially when they don't clean them. But I will say the traction on here is actually pretty damn good. So if you are playing on your clean courts, you're not going to have any issues at all. You're going to be able to stop on the dime. Like, traction is actually very, very good. If you are playing on your dustier courts, traction is still actually really, really good. I didn't really have any slip ups or slide to a stops or anything. Maybe sometimes if I do let the dust accumulate on those like super dusty courts, you might slide to a stop, but it was a very small slide. Like, I didn't ever like completely slide out or like, I don't know, slide on like a dollar bill or a quarter or something like that, right? It was just a very, very small slide to a stop. And that's only when I didn't wipe. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy how the traction performed. I wasn't expecting it because like this traction pattern just doesn't look great, but maybe it's like the rubber compound or I don't know what it is, combination of both maybe, but traction on here was good even on those dustier courts. So yeah, I mean, whatever they did, I hope they continue this in other Puma models because traction is pretty damn good. So moving on to the cushion, the Genetics Marcus Smart features a full-length pro foam midsole, and honestly, like, I think this is a very, very responsive feeling type of cushion setup. I would say you do get a little bit of impact protection in the heel, but overall this is a very firm setup. In the forefoot, I felt very low to the ground, even though it does look a little bit chunky. I felt very responsive and quick in the shoe. So yeah, I mean, if that sounds like something that's up your alley, you will definitely like it. But if you do want like a lot of impact protection, a lot of bounce and stuff like that, this is just not going to offer that. And considering the price point, I'm not surprised that this is how it feels. But I'm not really going to complain because I still liked it. Like, it wasn't too, you know, dead or anything, although it is pretty damn dead. Just make sure if you are interested in this, just know that you are not getting like a lot of impact protection at all. And this is like definitely something that is more catered for people that want to be quick and shifty rather than like high flyers and have a lot of bounce. So me personally, I thought the cushion setup was fine. Just keep in mind that it is a very, very responsive feeling type of cushion setup. So moving on to the materials, the Puma Genetics Marcus Smart features a full engineered mesh upper, and for the price, the materials actually feel pretty damn good. They're nice and soft, they conform to your foot. It does feel very nice on foot as well. As you move towards like the back part of the shoe, you do have like these other fuse overlays, and you also have like the synthetic leather wrapping around like the, I guess like the medial side of the shoe. And yeah, I mean, material usage on here is actually pretty good, especially for the price. I'm not going to complain. And then when it comes to the performance, it gets the job done very, very well too. Moving towards the tongue, you do have like your standard mesh tongue. I would say it's like adequately padded. So if you do like to crank down your laces, you won't feel the laces digging into the top of your foot, which is nice. And yeah, I mean, overall, like I said, I'm really not going to complain about the material usage on the shoe. It is a very cheap shoe and it's using engineered mesh, which is awesome. So yeah, materials on the Genetics Marcus Smart is actually very good too. So moving on to the fit, I would say that this shoe does run pretty much true to size. I'm a slightly wide footer. I went true to size and I felt pretty good. You do have maybe a slightly narrow forefoot area. So I think normal footers, narrow footers, and slightly wide footers, I think true to size is your best bet. If you have really wide feet, you might want to go up a half size just to accommodate for that forefoot area. But besides that, you know, I do think it does run true to size. Personally, I thought the fit was pretty damn good. You don't really have any dead space up in the toe box area. I thought the materials and everything just lie very nicely over the foot. One thing I do wish the shoe had though is a half booty upper. The tongue is only connected at the very bottom. So I didn't really have any issues with the tongue like sliding around, but I can definitely see if you don't utilize like this lace loop right here, the tongue will definitely like shift around or anything. One thing about this shoe that I did like though, even though it's not a half booty upper, is the tongue doesn't like fold over itself on the sides. I know there have been like some other shoes that I've played in where it didn't have a half booty upper, so the tongue was just like flopping all over the place. The tongue would like fold over on itself and it's just very uncomfortable. So you would have to like kind of go in and fix that. I didn't have any issues like that in this shoe. So even though this doesn't have a half booty upper, the tongue is good. Overall, I thought the fit was really good in the Genetics Marcus Smart. So moving on to the support, overall, I did think the support in this shoe was good. You do have an internal heel counter. I didn't have any issues with heel slippage or any type of heel containment. My heel felt very locked in. As far as side-to-side movement on the footbed goes, I would say you're pretty good. I would say I did feel maybe a slight little shift like in the forefoot area, maybe a little bit on super hard lateral movements, but I didn't feel like my foot was just going to completely slide off the footbed or anything. So I would say just do watch out for that. That's probably my only one issue with the support in this shoe. But besides that, when it comes to hard lateral movements, you're going to be covered there as well. You do have a fairly wide base, so you're not going to be rolling over. And then in terms of torsional rigidity and stability, I would say you're fairly covered. This isn't like the most stiff and rigid, but I think this is plenty for most players, unless you're like a super big person. I think you will be completely fine in the shoe. So overall, the support in the Genetics Marcus Smart was good. Just watch out for if you do put like a lot of torque into your shoes on those hard lateral movements, you might feel a slight shift on that footbed. So the Genetics Marcus Smart retails for $80, and for $80, this is a very solid shoe. I think this is great. Like for 80 bucks, you're getting a very good performer. Obviously, you're not getting like a lot of high-tech cushion or anything like that, but you're just getting an overall solid performer. Like this does pretty much everything pretty well, and at the price point of 80 bucks, I really can't complain. This is, yeah, I mean, this was honestly a very surprising shoe. I had not heard about this shoe at all. Like, I don't know if this is Marcus Smart's signature shoe or is it like a team model that's like his PE kind of, you know, I don't know what the deal is, but the shoe is a good performer for 80 bucks. Like I really cannot complain. I am pleasantly surprised at how this played. And yeah, I mean, if you are like balling on a budget, you want something good that won't break the bank, that does everything pretty damn good, this is a solid pickup. So yeah, I mean, if you all wanted to pick up a pair of these, I'll leave a link for you down in the description box below. But that's pretty much it for this performance review. If you all like this video, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below, hit that thumbs up button for me, leave a comment, it really does help me out. Check out these videos over here, and that's pretty much it. Until next time, peace.